The year is 2026, and Mei Ling is staring at a blue loading bar that refuses to stay a bar. It flickers into a finished product before she can even lean back in her ergonomic chair. Project Alpha Marketing Suite complete, the voice assistant chirps. Awaiting review, Mei Ling. Mei Ling feels a phantom ache in her lower back. 10 years ago, a project like this, market analysis, UI design, back-end architecture, and a 3-month social media rollout, would have taken a team of 12 at least 2 quarters. She would have had weeks of downtime while the developers in Hsinchu wrestled with bugs or the designers in Taipei debated hex codes. She could have taken a weekend trip to the tea plantations of Alishan, safe in the knowledge that the bottleneck was someone else's labor. But in 2026, the bottleneck is always her. The ghost of the Stone Age. Mei Ling looks out her window at the neon pulse of the city below. She thinks about the stories of her ancestors. In the Stone Age, life was brutal but binary. Find a berry, hunt, don't die. A day's work was a physical feat. When the sun went down, the work stopped because the world went dark. Then came the Iron Age. The farmer tilled the rice paddies, the blacksmith hammered, and the trader rode a horse for 7 days to reach the next village. Time was measured in seasons and sunsets. Life was getting faster, but it still breathed. Then the Industrial Age roared in, followed by the digital revolution. Suddenly, Mei Ling's grandfather could send a telex in seconds instead of waiting for a ship. Everyone promised that these tools would buy us leisure time. Instead, they just raised the floor. The 2026 trap. Now, Mei Ling sits in the cockpit of a godlike machine. She has Gemini being the brain for the tasks, Claude building her entire app infrastructure, and AI agents talking to each other to move tasks around in the time it takes her to brew a cup of oolong. But there is a dark side to this efficiency. Because the AI is instantaneous, the project only stops when Mei Ling stops. The moment she closes her eyes to rest, the production line freezes. While she sleeps, her competitors are clicking generate on 1,000 new iterations. She isn't a manager anymore. She is a high-speed filter, a human processor trying to keep up with a silicon brain that never tires. She is more productive than 100 workers from 1920, yet she is more anxious, more unsettled, and more exhausted than any of them. She is winning the race, but she has forgotten where the finish line is. The tool versus the toy. Mei Ling picks up a dog-eared copy of The How of Happiness from 2007. It feels like an artifact from a different species. The author, Sonia Lubomirsky, writes about taking time slowly, savoring a conversation, reflecting on a thought, walking without a destination. She realizes the irony. Every piece of advice for human happiness requires the one thing AI has effectively deleted: slowness. She looks back at her screen. The AI is waiting for her next command. It is a perfect tool, and as a tool, it is a taskmaster. It demands more, faster, better. It turns her life into a series of outputs. But what if she changed the definition? If Mei Ling treats this machine as a tool, she is its servant. But if she treats it as a toy, the power dynamic shifts. You use a tool because you must produce. You play with a toy because you want to explore. A tool is fueled by anxiety. A toy is fueled by curiosity. You can put a toy down whenever you want. You can walk away from a game and feel no guilt. The Great Trade. Mei Ling reaches for the power button, then pauses. For centuries, humanity has traded peace for pace. We traded the quiet of the fields for the roar of the factory, and the patience of the letter for the urgency of the instant message. Now, in 2026, we have reached the ultimate speed. We can have anything we want in seconds. Except, it seems, the time to actually enjoy it. She realizes that in the rush to become more efficient, she has lost the very thing efficiency was supposed to save: herself. Mei Ling clicks the monitor off. The room falls into a heavy, beautiful silence. The AI is still there, ready to build an empire in the blink of an eye. But for the first time in years, Mei Ling decides to be the bottleneck on purpose. She decides to go for a walk. Slowly.